This is a quick walkthrough showing how to acquire a ton of items, weapons, credits, and crafting parts in the first area immediately after the prologue, as well as acquiring and completing a side quest along the way, and all before really even beginning the main quest line. This is the list of all the items, weapons, ammunition, missions, and points of interest that are shown in this walkthrough. Throughout the entirety of the video, I demonstrate in depth how to acquire each and every one. This is mainly just to help players get a leg up when first starting, as this game, especially in the beginning, can be a little overwhelming.
Access denied.
And more so if you're short on items and equipment that can make for a smoother transition. If, however, you're only interested in the side quest, the golden ticket, then just click this prompt here.
Look, the real problem is Dragomir and that checkpoint of his.
This walkthrough is meant to start just after Jensen sees Kohler for the first time. If you haven't yet done this, I recommend watching my previous walkthrough showing a few ways to manage this using full stealth. Here's the link to that video. For the rest of you, let's begin. After meeting up with Kohler during the previous mission, all of your AUGs will be reset, so you'll need to choose wisely when deciding which to reactivate. As for selecting AUGs, I will show you just the bare minimum of the AUGs I recommend to get through this side mission and to the hidden stash spots. I recommend the Social Enhancer, Hacking Capture number 2 and 3, Smart Vision Enhancement number 1, the Punch Through Wall Enhancement, and the Glass Shield Cloaking Enhancement number 1. I will also show you a few hidden stash areas that are conveniently along the way to the mission objectives. However, you can choose to skip these if you'd like using the prompts on the screen. Now let's begin. Start from the outside of Kohler's bookstore, the time machine, and head east till you get to a closed door. Search the room and you'll find an interesting newspaper and a pocket secretary. Use your smart vision to detect the faulty wall, then use your AUG ability to punch it down. Hop through the hole, then carefully make your way down to the bottom of the room using the pipes, unless you have the Icarus landing system, in which case you can just jump down. At the bottom and up against the far wall, you'll find 2 rifles, neuropazine, and some ammo. Pick them up, then make your way back the same way you came down. Head up the stairs directly across from the bookstore, then take a right and go through the corridor. Then make another right toward the northeast corner where you'll find a small office. Grab the credit chip off the counter, then hack into the safe behind the painting to the right of the desk. Now leave the store and head west to a lasered off checkpoint where you'll encounter the crooked cop who will try to bribe you if you haven't already met. Just ask him the mission details and you'll begin the golden ticket mission.
I wasn't.
So, you got permit authentication card yet?
What is it you want me to do exactly?
You don't have the best and most up-to-date AUG permit card. So you've agreed to meet my friend, the document agent.
The cop directs you where to go to make the payment for valid papers, but we won't be paying for anything. Follow the objective marker to the forgery thugs, but when you get to the first thug leaning against a car, stop and take a right down the corridor. Enter through the door, then break the grate straight ahead and climb through. Don't go left or you'll run into exposed wires. After jumping through the vent, go left through a door and loot the 3 weapon lockers. Go back through the door and continue straight. Directly after the vent you smashed, there's another vent to the right. Open it and go through. Make your way to the other side of the room, then climb through the hole in the ceiling using the crates. Then open and climb out of the window onto the ledge. Jump and climb across the ledges to make your way out into the restricted area. There is an unlocked apartment along the way that contains some loot if you so choose.
Was that you?
Once in the compound, stay on the ledge and take out the 2 guards using the tranq rifle we picked up along the way.
Feels like I'm missing something.
So it was nothing?
Quietly hop down and open up the first storage shed on the left. Disposing of the 2 guards in here is up to you. Then use your smart vision to find, then break the weak wall. After hopping into the next storage shed, you'll see a safe on the counter. Leave it for now, as we'll come back for it in a minute. Instead, jump up on the counter and into the ventilation shaft. Following the ventilation shaft will pop you out into a room with the forger, Milena. I recommend being reassuring while talking to her to ensure getting the safe code.
I hate the word forgery. I prefer graphic arts activism.
I'm not here to make you nervous.
I mean, if we knew for a fact that we could help someone, we should do whatever we can, right?
Inquire about her idea and you'll get the next objective: to bring forged passes to 2 Augs in need.
They really can fool the authorities. Sort of.
Head back through the vent, but make sure to empty the safe before you leave. And be sure to stay quiet when climbing back onto the ledge you came in on, as to not alert the guards.
Money is slow to retrieve.
Go to the Velvet Rock, then into the empty building on the west side of the street.
He showed me his credentials.
Find the door on the other side of the room and go down the stairs where you'll meet Irenka.
I didn't come here to take anything.
You haven't? Irenka. She gets very scared.
The other Aug in need is in the Praha mini market on the southern end of the map. Once you arrive, use your 1-hit knockout to take out the thug that's hassling him.
Thank you. I didn't know what to do.
Talk to Edward and you'll have finished off all you can for this mission in this part of town.
Milena, I met with both those Augs you made permits for. Now what?
There's a computer at the government kiosk that handles the augment permit registry. You'll have to access it, quote unquote.
You mean break in?
There is still a lot of loot to be had before leaving this side of town, but if you'd rather just stick to the golden ticket quest, then click this prompt here. Before heading out of this part of town, I highly recommend hacking the storage containers in the lobby of Jensen's apartment complex, as there is a hefty amount of loot between the 2 of them. And another suggestion, use some of the neuropazine we picked up earlier to buy information from Kazatel, the information dealer just outside the lobby to Jensen's apartment complex. If you can only afford one, Buy information A as it will begin a small side quest.
Maybe I'll come back later.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I highly recommend doing a quick save before hacking these storage sheds or before hacking anything for that matter. And remember, if you're having too hard a time hacking a certain device, most devices can be hacked using a multi-tool. But remember, you only get one use per multi-tool. For this storage shed on the left, you'll need to improvise to be able to jump up into the vent. First, grab the crate from the upper right hand corner of the storage shed to reveal a large box of crafting parts. This one crate isn't tall enough on its own to get you into the vent, so either use your ability to move one of the large crates in the shed, or walk to the opposite side of the courtyard and borrow one of the trash cans. Stack the crate and the trash can and you'll be able to climb up. Once above the storage shed, walk to the far end and use your smart vision to reveal a weakness in the wall. Then use your ability to punch it down, thus creating an entrance to the apartment. There are a few small items and a computer to hack in this apartment, but the best loot is in the safe behind the fridge. Move the fridge and hack the safe to reveal a revolver and a biocell.
When you wish upon a star. What? The song. It's in my head. It makes me think of the old puppet shop. Remember they were...
To continue the Golden Ticket quest, you'll need to travel to Monument Station using the metro. Your next objective is just above the metro station when your train arrives.
I always get a little nervous when I go into the subway. I don't like the feeling of the
After climbing the stairs, turn 180 degrees and walk toward your objective marker. I recommend walking by casually or sticking to cover to case the office you'll need to sneak into. There are only 2 guards guarding the office. One of them just sits behind a desk at a computer, and the other patrols the office and the immediate exterior of the office. But the office also has 2 cameras you'll need to be mindful of. The best way to get in undetected is to either lure the guard out of the office or wait for him to walk far enough away that he's out of sight of the other guard and the camera. I recommend running across the platform to the opposite side of the office, where you'll find a rundown small office building with a broken window you can climb into. There are a few items in here behind a locked door I recommend hacking so you can loot, but I also recommend grabbing the garbage can and bringing it with you back to the other office building so you can use it to lure the guard outside. If you're in the mood for exploring, the rundown office has a ventilation shaft that leads you to an old abandoned office building underground and another good amount of loot. And if you really feel like exploring, the underground office building also has a hole in the floor that leads you down into one of the many sewer areas. But anyway, back to the guards. Either use the garbage can to lure him out or wait for him to walk out and lean against a railing. At this point, he's far enough away to not be seen when you knock him out. Now go to the office entrance and crouch against the door. You can either wait for the camera to pan away from you, or you can use the glass shield enhancement to sidle up against the counter. Then creep your way over to the door. Open it and take cover against the wall. Again, you can either wait for the camera to pan or use your glass shield ability to cross the open walkway to get to the next locked door. There is no need to hack this door as Milena has already given you the code. Now keep moving until you get to a room with another camera and another computer. This camera is nothing to worry about, just stay crouched and against the wall as you creep to the computer. After accessing the computer, turn off all the cameras and switch on the card reading machines. Leave the computer and use the machine on the other side of the room.
Milena, I got into the ARG permit registry.
You will have a conversation with Melina where something doesn't go quite to plan and you'll have to make a split-second decision. So choose wisely.
Cross your fingers.
Now you need to head back to the Fountain District to handle the final objective. You can either go back out the way you came or leave through the vent in this room. After exiting, head back down to the metro and make your way to the Fountain District.
Stay away,
This last objective can be completed at any time, but I think it's fitting to save it for the last. You have the choice of taking out Drahomir and his goons on your own and risking the police force coming down on you,
So, my friend,
or you can speak to a certain female officer nearby that has had enough of Drahomir herself.
Not from here, are you?
What gives it away?
It's up to you, but if you choose to let the police handle it, I recommend following them over and watching the show. So that'll do it for this walkthrough. I just made this in the hopes that a beginner or just someone looking to get a leg up could begin the game with a full arsenal of weapons, credits, and other helpful items. So hopefully this is a help to somebody. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video and you want to see more like it, then you could really help me out by liking and subscribing on your way out. Thanks again. Hope to catch you on the next one.